Alright, we go back to the channel. This is my first trip spearfishing. We're getting ready to go. All my gear. Everything's ready for the trip. Debated putting this video up for a long time, and it's keeping me behind from putting the rest of the videos that I have footage for. So I decided just to put it out there as best as I could for now. So I continue with my other projects. Here we're in San Felipe, getting our groceries. And here we start our drive over leaving San Felipe towards Bahia, San Luis, Gonzaga. For the first 40 minutes or so, you get some nice desert views, mountains, and then you start getting the coast on your left side, all the way down. You get to a certain point where you start going up some mountains, and there's some really nice views. There's actually some stops on the way that you can stop and park over, take some pictures, and so on. Here we're pulling into a military checkpoint that is no longer there. This is the last piece of mountains right there before you get into the valley where Gonzaga is. Pretty soon we'll be pulling into the local store, bathroom, showers, groceries. This is the place in this area to go get anything. They even have Wi-Fi for you to be able to rent here. The problem here with this whole area is there is no cell service, so this would be, unless you have Wi-Fi from Airbnb, hotel, the store, you will not be able to make or receive phone calls or be on the internet at all. Here we took a break, and all of us are going to have a beer before we get on the other part of the trip, which is all dirt road, heading in from the highway. It's about 45 minutes to the spot that we're going. This Campo is called Punta, and it is the last Campo of the day before mountains start, and you have to go all the way around, I don't know, about 2 hours or so to get to Bay of LA. Driving at the camp, my buddy up front has four-wheel drive. We are in Nissan Pathfinder, and there's a very soft spot here because the tide comes in and actually covers this whole island all the way around depending on the tides, and we got stuck on the first adventure of the trip.
¡Cincho! Cincho, le bajamos la velocidad y pues nos metimos. Ahí vamos a respetar. Sí, porque era de bajada, pues lo hubiéramos pisado. Y yo, fue mi culpa, yo te dije que no le pisaras. ¿Qué vas a bajar las cosas o qué? Ah, ¿quieres sacar la pala o qué?
As you can see, we're pretty stuck, front and back, all the way down.
Parece que sí sabe.
But he's coming back down with his truck, and we're gonna tie it up and try to pull him out. This is our buddy Chris. He decided that he was going to ride his motorcycle all the way down from Mexicali out here because he had to leave on Sunday and we were not coming back until Monday. But he's got a pretty nice setup. He has all his gear and stuff, everything strapped onto the bike, including pole spear and spear gun, I believe.
Simón.
Here we go, and he's able to pull him up. One thing we didn't realize that once both cars left that we were going to have to walk the rest of the way over to Campo. Which is not too far, but it's not close either. And this is going to be camp for the next couple of days. Like I said, this area gets secluded by the tide. Sometimes the tide goes all the way up, and that becomes a little island. And you are stuck there with your vehicle at least until the tide goes down to be able to get out of there. Here is my first ever attempt at a night dive. This is like the sun going down. There was a lot of wasted time on this, so I would just fast forward through a lot of it. The rest of the guys went on the other side of the hill, and I decided to come here to the left since I already knew that there was kind of a reef on this side. So I decided to try my luck on this side. One thing I didn't think about that I was coming over here by myself, and I would be diving at night with a flashlight, and my flashlight gave out. I got nobody else for light or anything. So I never realized how dark it can get. Even with still sunlight out, you're gonna see in the video that it starts going pretty fast. The light itself. Once I was in and I realized that there was mini fish anyway, I just thought there would be a good chance just because of the time, but I didn't see much at all. So I started coming down, pulled out the flashlight, and realized that I couldn't see nothing except for what the flashlight was pointing on. So it was kind of a sketchy way back to get back to shore. Here, as you can see, it's starting to get dark on me already. Trying a couple of dives down. And another reason I did not realize that I needed more light is the camera does not work very well in the darkness, I guess. I have never tried it. I've never recorded at night either. This is my first attempt, so as soon as there's a lot of stuff that I've seen that you won't even be able to see in the video. That was another reason why I decided that night diving and not being able to record or anything was not too much of my liking. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of light outside. Camera's not picking up much, but as soon as you stick your head underwater, it gets pretty dark.
Vamos a jugar a la persecución o los vamos a perder estos güeyes. ¿Qué pedo, güey? El triángulo de las Bermudas, amigo. Aquí sí, vayan viendo el fondo de repente, güey. Porque ya estamos en... Ok. Güey, puta chulada, güey.
Ándale.
El pedo es que no se te van a mojar todas las cosas, no, está medio complicado viajarnos hasta acá, güey. Sí, sí.
Nos vieron entrar estos güeyes.
Bueno, amigos, esta es la forma en la que me gano un pan de cada día. No importa la voluntad, sino su cantidad. Les recomiendo que 400 pesos, ok, 1000 pesos, wow, 2000 pesos, muchas gracias, que Dios los bendiga, hermanos. No trae nada, bájense al agua, hijos de su chingada madre.
My buddy Daniel brought us into this little cove. Essentially, he was telling us that that's where sail ships come in and hide from storms. When there's bad weather, it's completely surrounded. It's a tiny little entrance in and out, but it's a beautiful little area, completely protected from the ocean. And it seems like a lake.
¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué les parece este lugarcito, Yo aquí vengo para que nos juntamos todos y nos vamos brincando de lancha en lancha, güey. Yo aquí vengo para que nos juntemos todos y nos vayamos brincando de lancha en lancha. Aquí en realidad en esta área no hay nada, todo comienza desde allá afuera, pero acá afuera, esta punta y la cara de acá, es donde están las cabrillas. Aquí nada más los traje porque quieren anclar o algo, pero pues es un pinche nadote lógico, ¿no? Nada más para que conozcan la bahía. Aquí cuando está bueno, aquí es donde se encierran los jureles, güey. Ajá.
Chef Daniel in the mix.
Ahorita vamos a tener Héctor a la isla. Algo que estaba guardado que no teníamos que ver, ¿no?
Sí, sí, sí.
Ya dijimos, no, regresa. Nunca supimos qué fue, güey. Estaban pinche afuerita, pero toda esta área, hay veces amigos que todavía se jalan como todavía adentro para cubrirse hacia acá adentro, güey. Así toda esta cara y luego la cubrirse todavía la varilla hacia allá. Y a veces un cabrón se brincó una vez para acá, güey.
So here we're jumping at the first spot. Like always, starting the trip not so well. Forget to take the tip off. Shaft, so I'm going to take it off and go back to the boat, pull it back in. This trip I bought an extra shaft to bring with me just in case something were to happen to my other one. And this is my brand new shaft that I have on there right now. Check what happens in a second. So Daniel is telling me that he had seen a couple of pericos, is what they call over there. It's kind of like a parrotfish looking fish. They get pretty big, green or blue color. Pretty little fish. So I'm looking around to see if I can find him. He didn't jump in with the spear. He just jumped in with his camera. He likes to record a lot, puts up a lot of videos and stuff like that. That's what he does for a living.
Okay.
So what I always do on spearfishing trips, I usually don't shoot anything at the beginning of the day because I become super selective. So I don't get my aim going early in the trip. So this trip I decided, okay, see a fish that's okay, I'm gonna shoot it so that I can get my aiming dialed in. Here I see a couple opal eyes. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my target practice to get going with that trap. So I go down, take a shot, and this is the first time that I've actually shot this shaft. I put a second band on the gun because I upped it to a 7mm shaft. And I take my shot, and I'm obviously mad that I missed. But the problem wasn't that I missed. I hit the fish, and the flat rock behind it was the impact was so hard that it actually broke my shaft where the flopper attaches.
Pero me quiero desquitar una para quitarme el pinche la ansiedad. Ay, a la madre, el pinche flopper, todo, güey. Nueva, güey, nueva. Traigo otra varilla ahí.
So here I realized that it broke.
Puta madre, güey.
Not very happy
Está
about
nueva,
it,
güey, no seas mamón, güey.
but I did not know about this African spring steel. That is very strong, will not bend, but when it gets to a certain point, it just snaps instead of bending. So I thought it was a defect, tried to return it, and got explained that that's not how those shafts work. So that's how you learn. Right here, I've seen a couple decent-sized Mexican fish is what it's called over here. Over there, they call it a vieja. So I've seen it go in between these rocks, and I try to sneak in on the other side of the rock and see if it would just run into me. But no luck. Needless to say, this trip wasn't super productive when it came to the fishing. It was very nice. Visibility, not much current. The next day I ran into a big cabrilla, and I had forgot to throw my fins into the boat, or in the spot that we went to. So I shot at it once I had changed the shaft, and I hit it, but it didn't go through. We were okay. We do these trips. We buy vegetables and condiments and stuff to take out there, but we try to eat all our protein from what we get. So mojarras or chopas is what they call perch over there, and we had plenty of that, and a couple guys had some luck and with some codillas, but that was it. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. We're definitely putting out a lot more videos now that I got this one out of the way. I got a couple more trips that I did after this one this year. So hope to see you in the next one.